Well, the people have spoken, all 321 of them, and with an overwhelming majority of 95%, they all voted that I should, well, start this Q&A video series here on this platform. Well, it's not going to be easy. This is why I decided to lay down the ground rules here. And there are only two rules that I want to put clear to everyone. The first one is that if you are someone who believes that Palestine means the entire historical British mandate of Palestine, the current 1948 Israel and the 1967 West Bank and Gaza, then there is no point in continuing watching these Q&A series, because you and I are not going to agree on anything, to be honest. In other words, if you are one of those people who go on the streets of London and Paris and New York and Chicago and Jordan and saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, there is nothing common between us. Because basically, like, you're calling for 5.5 million Jews to be thrown into the sea and deported or killed or whatever. You are basically trying to destroy a country that is created by the United Nations and is recognized by most of the world countries, almost 99% of the world countries. If you are someone who believes that Israel is everything, including the Golan Heights, the West Bank and Gaza, then you too have nothing in common with me. And you might as well skip the Q&As, because you are part of the problem, not the solution. The basic principle of the discussion is that we are accepting that Israel is the pre-1967 borders. We accept that the West Bank and Gaza are occupied territories. That's it. As for the Golan Heights and the dispute with Syria, that's another matter altogether. Therefore, I definitely wanted to set this rule from now on, that I'm not going to entertain any extremists from either side. The last rule, second and last, is that believe me, when I say this, I really do not want anyone to bring in emotions into this discussion. This discussion is going to be factual, based on reality, on solid, cold analysis and cold facts. That's it. We are not going to go into discussions about right and wrong. We are not going into discussions about international law and what is applicable. I remind the listener here that I spent 6 years of my life in 4 different war zones. So I know one thing or more about how conflicts are conducted. I've engaged in combat before, urban, mountain, forest, jungle, you name it. And there is a huge difference between theory and practice. And therefore, it is important that when we are discussing the current conflict there, we have to discuss it from a dispassionate point of view. And we are not going to go into the trappings of talking about what is wrong and what is right. We are talking about what is practical and what is not, what is clever and what is stupid. And I think this is the best way in which we can reach a good conclusion. So without any delay, I'm going to start now recording answers to quite few questions that I have received, and many people are insisting on understanding what my take on them. Thank you.